Hi, everyone. This is Shayla with Threefold News, and I'm sitting here with your favorite wide receiver, Larry Fitzgerald. How are you doing?
Doing fantastic. Thanks for being here.
I'm good. So, we are here at Morton's, and you're having an event here in a couple weeks, and it's the Celebrity Server event. So, how did you come up with the idea, and why Morton's?
Well, actually, Morton's actually approached me with an idea 5 years ago. So they wanted to do a charity component where we do a server, based around serving the guests. And so I thought it was a fantastic idea, and we started it here in Phoenix, and then they branched it out around the NFL and NBA and other athletic circuits. So the first one was done here, and I think it's the best one.
Good. So, how do you pick who serves? Like, what's the criteria for your teammates for you to pick them?
I don't really have a criteria. Just the guys that have some availability. It's on a Monday. It's usually our day off then, and guys have kids and wives and other obligations. We're not at practice, so
Yeah.
I just see what guys have some free time and I ask them to come on by.
Were you nervous, like, the first year to do it, to serve people and not to drop anything on anybody?
No, I wasn't nervous. I know it was in good hands, with mine, but there were some other guys out there, like Darnell Dockett's and guys like that catching really isn't their forte, so I just wanted to make sure that they were handling the plates and trays, properly.
So you're good in the kitchen and on the field.
I try to be good in both places, yes.
Okay, so I noticed that even after the season, you've gotten a humanitarian award at Fight Night under Muhammad Ali. How did you feel about receiving that award and that recognition at that event?
Well, it was a tremendous honor. We were talking about a global icon of Muhammad Ali, a foundation, a celebrity fight night that raises $1 million a year and is globally recognized as one of the top charities. So to be honored by such an organization meant a lot for me. And, we actually had the honor of having the champ come to our event last year, totally unexpected. I had no idea he was even coming. So when he showed up, the whole room stood up and was just in awe. For him to be here. It was his 70th birthday, and, it meant a great deal for him to be there.
That's awesome. So how did you end up in Uganda with Bill Clinton last week? I saw that, and I was like, what? That's crazy. So how did that all come about?
Well, I've gotten the chance to know President Clinton, meeting him several times over the last couple of years, and I know Bill Austin. He's a CEO of Starkey Hearing Foundation. I go on charity missions with them a couple of times a year, and they did a collaboration there in Uganda, so we were able to fit about 250 kids with hearing aids there. It was an amazing experience. Chelsea Clinton was there as well, and just to be around people that have the same ideals, is really special. So I was glad I was able to be there.
That's awesome. Do you ever get really emotional helping people in other countries that are less fortunate? And I know I'd be crying. It'd be hard for me to give hearing aids to people. So is it hard to get the emotions out of the way and just do the job, or how is it for you?
Well, I try not to focus so much on the emotional part, and just try to just make sure I'm doing what I can to help that individual. Because the thing that's unique about that organization is that you essentially seeing a person that can't hear, didn't have the resources to get hearing aids and get their ailment fixed. And by the time they sit down in your chair and you give them the hearing aids and fit them with the hearing aids, they're able to hear. So it totally changes their lives, changes perspective of everything around them. Just think about, walking around not being able to hear and finally be able to hear. Just they're hearing bees and car horns, and it's like a flood of emotion that's going on with them. So it's a really awesome experience for me just to see their gratification. But I'm not like a big emotional person, so it takes a lot to get me to cry or anything like that. Yeah.
That's good. That's awesome. So tomorrow you're going to training camp. And what do you say you would need to improve on from last year's season to now while you're at training camp, as far as physically on the field? What do you think you need to improve on?
Me individually or the team?
You individually.
I always try to just fine-tune my game every single year, working on the tops of my routes, being able to beat press coverage, and making sure I'm catching the ball consistently with my hands. So I'm always just trying to fine-tune it and be more of a leader, take more of a leadership role on the team this year. So there's a couple of things that I consciously worked on in the off season.
That's good. Well, thanks so much. This is Shayla with Threefold News.